That broken down and defeated, detergent, busy and confused, sleeping. You're dying while I wait you to get started. On the journey chosen, wasted, no selected. I was so bad, what happened? Fall of the sky and crush me in my smile. I was so bad, what happened? Fall out of the sky and crush me in my smile. Silver, sad and jaded. Then upcoming, they're broken down and defeated. You are dying while I wait you to get started. You are dying while I wait you to get started. I was so bad, what happened? Fall out of the sky, yeah. Crush me in my smile. I was so bad, what happened? Fall out of the sky and crush me in my smile.
I'm a motherfucking unicorn, a one-of-one. The vibe being the love and light, the enlightened one. My karma is interstellar, I live by truth. Fighting evil, my scars are living proof. Protecting you from the storms with all my might. Love me, I will treat you right. You ever cross me, it's the last thing you'll ever do. With my crown of thorns, I'll wreck you. I ain't playing, yo, Ryan Hart, call me a saint. Too bad Chris, because Bigfoot knows my name. I'm a messenger of God, with loyalty I serve, taking out all evil with his holy word. A true Knights Templar, sword in hand, slice you up, bury you in the sand. I'm a motherfucking unicorn, you'll never find anyone like me. Born in the Bronx, raised in NYC, so listen up, take heed. I float like a butterfly, sting like a bee. A true Knights Templar, sword in hand, slice you up, bury you in the sand. I'm a motherfucking unicorn, you'll never find anyone like me. Born in the Bronx, raised in NYC, so listen up, take heed. I float like a butterfly, sting like a bee.
Welcome, one and all, to Third Eye Live, May 13th, Wednesday, May 13th, 2026. We have Mark Eddy here, who's looking sharp, ready to go. He is responsible for a lot of our guests, so give him some love. I can't thank you enough. I always love music. I know you do, but
Yeah,
I think music is a crucial part of our lives. What about you?
I would agree. And the 15 minutes prior to the show starting was a great indication of how fascinating this discussion is going to get.
No, it's good. It's it's actually really good. We may have to recap some of it. So I'd like to thank everybody for coming in. People are coming in. The only thing I could say is please, if you haven't hit that notification bell, please do, because that is an important component to the show. YouTube is being nasty with people that have shows coming out. They're not notifying people, so please just make sure your notification comes up just in case. You may get it later. I got someone who put a comment into our chat in our area on video. Your opening's too long, and I tried to explain to them the fact that because YouTube doesn't always notify subscribers, it makes it a way for them to get in and not miss the show, so that's a good thing. Hey, Straw Dog. Hopefully you're doing well in the Midwest. Cole's Paranormal, San Kudo. Paranormal Paul, his show is coming on shortly, and he always stops by and hangs out for a bit. We've got the one and only Amy Creel, number one. It's always good to see you. Poncho Zorch is in the house, and probably Sabo. And we have BJ. BJ, it's good to see you. Author, illustrator. Go check out her work. She's fantastic. But I want to get straight to our guest, because I want to talk music and ask questions, and maybe he'll play us something, or maybe he won't, whatever. But let's go. How about it? Good? Mark is not answering questions. Hey, Brent, welcome to the chat. I don't welcome.
Yeah,
Hi,
chat's keeping me busy.
Yeah. Well, that's good. So let's welcome our guest. Our guest tonight is just absolutely fantastic human being, Boone Froggett of the band OTIS. It's they always put Southern rock in there, but I think Boone and the guys in the band have a different take on things. So let's just welcome to the broadcast, Boone. Boone, welcome to the broadcast.
Oh, thanks for having me. How are y'all doing?
Oh, y'all, I'm doing great. I'm doing really, really great. I put some stuff in the bio because I'm pulling some stuff from here and there to try to put things together. And I think I've heard, I don't know if it was from Mark or like some other little interview I was reading, like, I don't think you guys really want to be known as Southern rock that much. Am I correct? Or
we didn't really set out to be a Southern rock band, and it's kind of a funny term, because if you study the history of rock and roll, all rock and roll comes from the South. Personally, I consider Little Richard, the godfather of rock and roll, because that's where it all came from. So we embraced the Southern thing. Obviously, we got the Southern accent to go with the music, but at the same time, we would just like to be a rock and roll band and not have to be thrown in with all the other Southern rock bands. And obviously the Allman Brothers are a big influence, and they felt much the same way. They were just like, we're mixing all the music we love to make something unique and drive it home. So but like I said, we're proud to embrace it, but it's not really something that we set out to do.
No, I just think of it as rock music, and there's a little bit of different genres in it. Something interesting about the Allman Brothers, who I believe came out of Jacksonville, Florida, for the most part.
Yeah, that's where it spawned from.
And then they ended up in Georgia, the Macon, Georgia area, And I'm pretty sure after all these years, it's because Dickie Betts was probably on probation and he couldn't go anyplace. So rest in peace, Dickie, because he was another hell of a guitar player. And what I love about, there's so many of them. And when Mark introduced me, he was like, how about the band Otis? And, like, bring it, and he sent me some videos of you guys, and oh my God, you are amazing on that, guitar. I mean, not only regular, picking and whatever, but I believe the slide area end of it, which it's one of those not worthy type of thing, because you have to have a certain constitution for slide. How did you start out before Otis, before there was any of this in your genre? Where did you start all this? Like, what said, hey, I'm going to go pick up a guitar?
I come from a very musical family, and my grandfather was a award-winning old-time fiddler. He played a lot of old-time fiddle tunes and bluegrass, but really the old-time fiddle tunes were his thing. And then my dad is a great honky-tonk guitar player, so like the Bakersfield style country, Merle Haggard, the honky-tonk stuff is what he was into. So until I was in my teenage years, I don't think I'd ever really heard any real what rock and roll that everybody else was listening to. So that kind of made me different from the rest. So I was going through my dad's cassette tape collection, and I ran across the Fabulous Thunderbirds and B.B. King, and when I heard B.B. play that first note, it's my life in that moment changed. I just thought, if I could just hit one note like
that. Phrasing. Up or freezing? Are we freezing? Is it me freezing?
No, I think Boone froze.
Oh, Boone froze. You mentioned BB King and you freeze. So let's hold on and for a second there.
There we
You
go.
were frozen for a split second. After you said BB King, if I could, and then
if I could, I'm just saying, that when the way BB hits that one note, if I thought, if I could just learn to do that, then I would be set.
Yeah, I mean, because. Would you say when you were growing up, listening to all the guys that, your influence through the family, would you put it on their playing or their phrasing? Because there's a difference in two, I think.
I think phrasing is more important to me. I'm drawn to players that is kind of less is more type players, right. BB, of course, Dickie and Dwayne from the Allman Brothers, Santana, the stuff that really grabs a hold of you, because I think you can only process so much of that stuff at once before it just becomes just noise and music, and you don't feel anything from it anymore. So I'm drawn to the more spiritual guitar players.
Yeah, well, I mean, like. I think you mentioned Carlos Santana, correct?
Oh yeah, absolutely.
I've seen him numerous times, and I've actually seen Santana with Buddy Miles back with the band, and they did Black Magic Woman. And I was just like, I'm like, holy crap! Some guy goes, what? I'm like, dude, you don't understand what you're witnessing right now, because this was not supposed to happen. There's something about Carlos when he plays. It's almost and this is part of this show. Like I was telling Boone backstage, just so everybody knows, premise of the show is how your third eye, intuition, influence, divine intervention, whatever it is, drives you on the path you're on. With Carlos Santana, it looks like he's literally having a religious experience the minute he's in the guitar zone. Like he's one with the instrument.
I've read a lot about his playing and stuff, and he's very much like when he picks up a guitar, he picks it up with intention. He's trying to do something. He's not just playing for the sake of playing. There's a lot of intention behind what he's trying to do.
Yeah. So you're listening to these guys when you're listening to BB King and some of these other phrasers out there. When do you pick up your first guitar, or did you pick up Dad's guitar or something like don't touch this? And
they were pretty. they're pretty cool about me playing, you know, whatever was around the house. But I started when I was maybe 12 or 13, but I didn't really have any formal lessons or anything like that. If I wanted to know something, I'd ask my dad to show me, and he's like, "All right, I'm going to show you once, and then I'm going to go back to watching Gunsmoke. So pay attention."
Well,
That's kind of
important. I really wish Stevie Strings was here because his dad was a big time musician, one of the
Cool.
pickers and phrasers, and that's what he learned. You know, like, yeah, I'm going to show you once.
Yep.
That's actually, I get the great visual in my head. That puts you on the spot, right? So that makes you. So was he showing you scales or
no, it was just
that stuff was called, you know,
just kind of licks and chords and, you know, just small phrases. He was he was never a scale type player. He was, you know, he always just kind of played for the song.
Right. That's always interesting because I too, I grew up in a poor family. We were poor. I mean, we barely had it. My dad did whatever he had to do, blue collar, whatever.
Sure.
Mom worked sometimes too. So, but I asked for a guitar for Christmas, and I'm like, I want to learn the guitar. And they got me a guitar, but they got me a classical guitar, and there's a huge difference in sound between those. So you must have started on a regular steel string or something like a regular guitar. You weren't on a nylon or anything like that, were you? Like a Spanish or a classical?
No, man. I was on my dad's old Telecaster, which was passed down from my grandfather. So it's a early 70s Telecaster. So I was kind of burnt, you know. It was like you go to pick up another guitar and you're like, man, why doesn't it sound like the one at home? You know?
Yeah, it's I wish my buddy Dave, I could see him in chat right now because he has a Telecaster. See, I will tell everybody this straight up. I don't know why my microphone's doing what it's doing, but hold on one second. I sometimes have demons in my house or ghosts or whatever, but I will tell everybody, I do not like Fender Stratocasters. I'm not a big fan of them. I don't like Telecasters, but I do love Gibson Les Pauls, and I'm a really big fan of Paul Reed Smith.
There you go.
But you are 100% correct because you're picking up a Telecaster. Was it that one pickup or two?
No, it was a two pickup. Yeah,
it was two. There is a. Was your dad playing like? You said twangy stuff like.
Oh yeah. He was really into, you know, Roy Nichols and Buck Owens and Red Volkart and all those guys.
Yeah, I'm just thinking of what was the name of the show with Buck Owens and Hee-Haw?
Yeah, Hee-Haw.
Yeah, Roy Clark. Oh my God, it's another one that could play. Holy crap! Sorry, I'm just having a little bit of a. I'm seeing your mushrooms behind you and thinking of days gone past.
Yeah, I see Ernest Tubb in the comments. I love Ernest Tubb, man.
Yeah. It's, you know, it's Dave, New York City's here. Yeah, this is my buddy, and Dave, if you want to come and you could tell the story, I'll send you the damn link. But Dave had a Telecaster and he never liked it. Dave was one of the best guitarists I've ever seen in my life. And he goes, I think he changed the pickups or something. He goes, I fixed it. And he actually did fix it because it has a Telecaster vibe to it a little bit, but it I forgot what it was. I'll send him the link. Oh crap, he's coming in. He's coming. He's a great guy, and he's definitely someone who enjoys the music. And I'm going to send it to him right now. But fantastic human being as far as that is concerned. Dave, hold on, it's coming, buddy. But he definitely fixed the guitar. I'm trying to get my stuff working. And it sounds totally different. That's saved. I'm going to send you a text message. Come in when you can. But so do you prefer the Telecaster to, let's say, other, like Stratocaster? I see you playing a lot of Gibson. They look like Les Pauls. So
Yeah, I turned out to be a big time Gibson guy. I've got a non-reverse
You tell me you have a
Firebird.
contract with them, or they send you free ones.
Oh no, they don't send. I've had some endorsement deals in the past. I had one with Supro, and then I had another deal with a company called Zamitis, which if you don't know what Zamitis guitars are, if you've ever seen the Rolling Stones play or the Faces with the aluminum front guitar that Ron Wood was playing and was a Zamitis. So that's
is that the one where in the center it looks like the cage over the front, right?
Yeah.
Kind of gives like a little bit of a banjo-y vibe to it. Am I correct or no?
Yeah, and stylistically, yeah. But I've always been drawn to Gibson guitars. I got a 345, a Les Paul, like I said, non-reverse Firebird. But the Telecaster was a good place to start because you've got to work so hard to get the tone out of it.
Yeah, no, I totally agree on this. Mark, I don't even know if you play any instruments. You play like anything?
I'll play. Well, I rocked out with Glenn playing spoons.
Oh, you did play spoons, and Dave's got to put his camera on or something because I don't see you, Davey. But we're gonna bring Davey in too. So, but Dave is one of my. He's my. I mean, we've been friends for forever. I'm gonna add you to the stage, Dave. Dave Buter, please meet Boone Froggett, and I'm gonna take off the chat going up. But Dave, I was telling Boone he started off on a Telecaster, and I told him that you fixed yours. How did you fix yours? Oh, don't bring it up now. How did you fix yours? What was the? Because you didn't like the sound previously, right?
You actually hear me because I can't see anything.
Yes,
yep.
We can hear you. Yes.
Yeah. No, so I'm really an antique.
Up, your sound's gone, Dave. And you're sideways now. You're sideways. Can you put your headphones in or no? Now you're upside down. This is great. This is a great episode. All right. Go for it. So, how'd you get up? But while David's situating it, his stuff, I still can't hear you. Your volume is screwy. So just come in and say hi, and then we'll acknowledge your presence. There are people in there that I can play a little piano. Oh, cool. I started guitar. I can't hear you, sir. Dave's got to put his headphones in because I can't hear. He just keeps talking. It happens like that. Sometimes when you put your headphones in, it connects to your computer and then it connects to other places. But I can text him while we're doing it. But it's one of those things where I started by learning on my own. Mel Bay books. Is it Mel Bay or Hal Bay or Hal Mel?
Yeah, that taught a lot of people how to play those Mel Bay books.
Yeah, I mean, but you took it to the nth level. So you started playing. Did you start to do covers?
Yeah. So I started at 8 years old. I started playing with my dad's band with my grandfather as well. So I was on stage every weekend from 8 years old on. So it was just kind of second nature to me. That's what the family did on the weekends. So I got a lot of practice time in, 4-hour shows, 2 of them every weekend. That it kind of, builds up over time.
It does. And then, it kind of gets you into that back end schedule of what to do, and you're tired and you got to go to school.
Exactly.
Yeah. We're going to figure out if David will figure out his things. I'm telling you, Dave, if you can get your headphones in, it'd be great. Because Dave is Dave's cousin was in the Road Ducks, and then cool. One of his friends and roommates was the lead singer for Molly Hatchet after a while.
Wow.
So I mean, he has an amazing guitar collection of Strats, and I think he has a couple of Tellys. I know he's got the green one,
Yeah.
but like he plays them all. He just bought another one. So do you have that same problem? Hold on, time out. Boone, do you have the same problem now? Like you're traveling or you see something and you play something and you're like, yes.
Oh yeah,
I'm taking that home with me on the bus.
The tone journey is an endless quest. You know, you've always got to have, you know, one more guitar, one more amp, or whatever it is.
Well, how important is tone in your music at this point?
It's one of the most important things as far as being on stage, because I'm a straight into the amp guy, no pedals, so I'm really dependent on the guitars and the amps to do the talking, you know.
Yeah. And go ahead.
Boone, so you know you're playing on stage with your family at an early age. When did you form your first band, and then you know, did that become OTIS, or you know, is there a little bit of a gap in between your first band and OTIS?
It did slowly morph into OTIS. What happened was John Seeley, the bass player from OTIS, he's got a brother named Joe that was playing in the band with my dad. Well, Joe decides he wants to get married, and he said, "Hey, you know, I'm going to bring this my little brother in to play bass while I go on my honeymoon or whatever." So John comes in and plays, and we really hit it off on a personal level, and he stayed in that band until we started forming what turned into OTIS. So yeah, kind of a direct connection from the family thing to what we're doing now.
Isn't that usually the case in some of these bands where dad's playing and then somehow the offspring, yourself included,
yeah,
kind of hook up with everybody else's off, and then you start your own thing? I mean, I've
Yep.
seen this a couple times. Especially a great one is the family of the Allman Brothers.
Absolutely, man.
Oh my God, have they? It's just, what is it? Who's there? Oh God, I can't remember his name. He does slide now. Who?
Well, there's Devin.
No, it's truck. I think it's Trucks.
Derek Trucks.
Derek, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, he's
Butch's nephew.
Yeah, he's a slide. I'm getting visions of Dwayne Allman with him at this point. But maybe I'm, taking too many drugs these days.
No.
I don't know if you guys getting it, but yeah, no, I just, it's really refreshing to see some of these guys coming together family wise and just doing new music and then covering the old stuff. So speaking of which, on your influences, when you first started going out, when you two got together and you started getting this thing going and the steam's rolling, what are you playing? Are you playing originals or are you covering stuff?
Well, we started writing originals kind of immediately, but we were playing some covers at that time as well to kind of fill in the time and figure out who we wanted to be. I mean, at this point we're just teenagers, so we're just slowly trying to figure it all out. So I mean, there was a lot of Hendrix and Humble Pie and Almonds and all the great classic rock bands that we all love and cut our teeth on. That's what we wanted to do, but we wanted to kind of use that music as a vehicle to create our own thing.
That is, I mean, it's just interesting. When was it that you started? Now, two-part question here.
Uh-huh.
Does everybody contribute to the songs, or does everybody bring their own songs? And when did that start? Like, when did you start saying, I got this thing going, I want to put it down?
We've always wrote as a band, just put the four of us in a room and we'll start jamming on something, and it will turn into a song at some point, you know, if you kind of stick with it. Of course, I may come up with a riff at home or a lyrical idea at home and bring it in, but it really changes shape and turns into something else once, you know, once the other three guys put their input in and kind of get a hold of it. So that's the magic of a band. There's so many, you know, there's your artist name type band where he, you know, you got one guy that writes everything and plays everything and kind of controls everything, and it is what it is. But that a configuration like that never really plays like a band because they don't play off of each other, you know, like the bands that we all mentioned before, whether it be, you know, Santana or the Allman Brothers. It's all about the you know, the connections between the players and having the freedom to play what you want in that moment.
That's really cool. Dave, you're sound working right now? I don't know if it is or isn't. He's not moving. I've known Dave since I'm about 4 or 5, by the way. Is it working? He doesn't know.
I don't think so.
I don't think so either, but welcome to the show. You're making some good faces for everybody. So, yes, sir.
So, Boone, when Tough Times is your first CD, right?
Uh-huh.
Okay, so yeah, that actually sounds like an accomplished band. You know, you have a special legendary performer on that CD. Can you tell us a little bit about who that person was? Is he helping you to achieve that sound that, you know, this is, you know, first time you listen to it, you know, okay, this is, must be about their 4th CD. I don't know. It's our first one. Yeah, so, you know, what, you know, are you getting guidance a little bit from Jimmy? What, you know, what's going on as you first enter the studio?
Well, there's a lot going on, and there's a lot of people involved in this. So this was our first album, Tough Times, a tribute to John Brim. For those of you who don't know, John Brim was a bluesman from our home state of Kentucky, and we wanted to shine a light on Kentucky's blues influence because Kentucky's famous for, you know, bluegrass music, country music. You know, we got Chris Stapleton, Loretta Lynn, Bill Monroe, of course, the Kentucky Headhunters. So we kind of wanted to show Kentucky's blues influence. So Greg Martin, guitar player from the Kentucky Headhunters, came to us with this idea. He said, "Hey, why don't you guys take some of John Brim's songs and write your own musical arrangement, but keep the lyrics and just kind of see where it goes." So we did. The original plan was to do like an EP's worth of John Brim songs. So we set out to do that, and through the process, we're like, no, this is really fun. We're enjoying doing this, so we're going to do a whole album. So we had Greg from the Kentucky Headhunters producing, and then he brought in Jimmy Hall from you know, the great singer from Wet Willie, band leader for Hank Williams Jr. Sung for Jeff Beck as well. So brought him in to play harp, and that was really cool because with Jimmy playing with us in the studio, it was almost, he's like, man, this is like canned heat, you know, this is so fun. So we're all just having a really big time in the studio making this music. But it was kind of a brave choice to do that as a first album because, you know, there was you know, none of the lyrics were ours, but all the arrangements were ours, and it was kind of a tribute to another person. So it was kind of an unorthodox debut album, but it turned out to be a really good thing from us.
I don't think that would be an unorthodox. I mean, normally a debut album is stuff you wrote,
right?
But what I loved about it was bringing back something that a lot of people didn't hear, and then putting your spin on it. I mean, if I'm correct, because Mark talks totally highly of you guys. I know there's a lot of friendship and support from some known, like Kentucky Headhunters and other known bands that come out of your area, and then some of the smaller bands. So that is a great way to get introduced. It's not baptism by fire,
Well,
where
that's
it's like, okay, get up there, kid, do something.
Yeah, we're from the same town as the Kentucky Headhunters, so we always felt like it was possible, because we would see their tour bus leaving from our little old grocery store in town. We're like, hey, we don't have to move off to Nashville or LA or some other place. We can build it right here from home and kind of embrace where we come from.
And I think it's great. I mean, Mark embraces West Virginia left and right, putting it on the map on the educational and scientific scale as well. And then he does this, and moonlights for his OnlyFans page. So it is what it is.
And
Mark's a busy guy.
The Bigfoot photo from last week's show.
Yeah, a Bigfoot. Yeah, that is Mark. I am so happy I got asked to the Three Beards podcast because I was a guest several times, because then I wouldn't have met the crazy guy up there in the right square. And I don't even know how I met you, Dave, but I'm thankful every day for that.
I think it was the second grade, Brian.
Second grade. But that is the man who literally, I know nothing. I knew everything self-taught. My first song was Horse with No Name, because it sounded like it. I had the Eagles sound book. That shit doesn't sound anything like the Eagles when you're playing it, And then Dave's like, so I played it and I started noodling, and he goes, okay, this is E, F, G, B. And he goes, when you come back, tell me what this is. And then he showed me certain things on the piano, because I play like, I like to call it heavy metal piano, like September Rain.
There you go.
I'm not a keyboardist. I'm more of a picker, on multiple. Don't comment, Dave. But now that you're
my
here
mic
with
is
us,
working, right?
yeah, you can't comment.
I told the whole Telecaster story before I realized nobody can.
My mic wasn't working. Yeah. So, what did you do to fix the Telecaster? Because Boone started with the Telecaster, and then when he went to it's like this other guitars didn't sound like the Telecaster.
Right.
I don't think you started with the Tele.
No, I was always a Strat guy, but that's probably because of my cousin who had a Telecaster, and this is back in the 70s. Anyway, so I picked up two reissues. It was a Fender Strat and a Tele. Both were Antigua, and I got it basically for the price of one. It was like absurd. It was like $600 or something, and they were reissues. Yeah, I don't know. Anyway. So I come home and I play the Strat, and I'm like, yeah, this is like the guitar I learned on that. I'm having fun, this and that. Put it down. I plug in the Tele, and it sounds like somebody's bouncing around a bunch of empty soda cans. It's just that thin Telecaster, twangy, thin sound.
Yeah.
And I tried to, I'd run it clean, I'd run it dirty. I'm like, this sucks. And I tried to like it. I really did. So like I put it down. The next day I came back drunk. And I played it, and I still didn't like it. And then I was like, this is absurd. Anyway, I put it back in a case. I let it sit there for years and years and years. When I got separated, I was looking for things to do. So I'm like, oh, let me play this Telecaster. And I still hated it. So I called my cousin, who used to open up for Skennard, and Greg Allman, and those guys, and Stevie Ray, Molly Hatchet. Anyway. So he played professional. I'm like, I got this Tele. He was like, it sounds like a Telecaster. And I'm like, I know. All right, I'll fix it. So I went out. I bought 2 Seymour Duncan pickups, humbuckers, put them in. I'll never forget this. I opened up a bottle of wine, sat down. I had never pulled apart pickups before in my life. And I'm trying to solder, and it's not working well. And I don't understand why it's not working well. Like the solder's not sticking. I'm like, this is stupid. So I get Scotch tape and Band-Aids, and I finish the whole job, and I jam it back in, and it's not. The bridge pickup was wobbling. Like it wasn't even screwed in, but it still worked, and I loved the sound of it. So I call up my cousin and I FaceTime him because I go, I fixed the Telecaster. He goes, what do you mean? I go, I fixed it. He goes, what are you talking about? I said, that fucking shitty sound, it's gone. He goes, well, what'd you do? I said, I changed the pickups. And I told him, the whole thing. He goes, it's not a Telecaster anymore. I go, I know, I fixed it. He's like, but it doesn't sound like a Tele-Am. I'm playing it. It sounds like a fucking like Paul. I mean, it's got, two humbuckers. It's roaring, and it's coming out of a Marshall. I mean, it just sounded badass. And he's like, but that's not a Telecaster. And I'm like, I know, I fixed it.
Do you ever play around with some instruments, Boone, where you get the moment like, I'm wondering what this would sound with different pickups in it versus what I got?
Oh yeah, man, all the time. And I've got a good friend that runs a stock tone custom shop pickups, and he's always sending me pickups. So I enjoy that. Like in my Zamitis, I've got it's a humbucker size P90, and for the rhythm pickup, which is a lot of fun, especially to play slide on. It's big fat sound.
Big fat sounds are great.
I want friends that send me pickups.
There you go.
Bryan,
Hey,
you don't send me pickups, you bastard.
No, I don't. But we can go. Okay, so we can go take a road trip, and we can go up to the Boone's. You do the big house, right? You still. That's a question for you. I drove past the big house because it was closed. I saw the 8 piece recipes or piece eternal, whatever it was, and the minute I saw that mushroom, I'm doing it right now. I got goosebumps.
Oh yeah, man.
On it. I don't know how to explain it. And I'm like, it's a fucking house. I'm like, where do they do the music? So Mark's telling me like he plays the big house. And I'm like, where is the music taking place? Like, do you go in the parking lot, or is there a
no, there's a in the backyard, there's a stage, and whole setup back there where they have outdoor concerts in the summer. But man, the Big House Museum and just Macon in general is just such a powerful place, and has been for us. It's a very very alive and spiritual place. And every time we go play Macon, we always make a point to go to Rose Hill Cemetery and visit Elizabeth Reed's grave and Little Martha's grave, and of course and go see the brothers that are resting there as well.
I'm just trying to figure, is that cemetery? There's what road did I get off? Whatever the highway was, and I went to a light at the road and made a right going down this long road. There was a huge cemetery on the side. I'm like, how the hell do people park to get into it? Is that the cemetery, or is it further around the corner closer to the big house?
Well, it's to see everything you need to see, you've got to drive way into the cemetery, and then you got to do some walking after that. But if you go to the Georgia Allman Brothers Band Association website, there is a map of the cemetery that tells you where all the spots are, and the cover of the debut album was taken at a place called Bond Monument, and that's also in the cemetery. So there's a good 5 or 6 spots that you should visit.
Well, it was
that many in the cemetery.
Yeah, it's a cool place, man. Because the funny thing is that's where the brothers would hang out, and do a lot of writing and just they would hang out at the cemetery. I mean, that's where in memory of Elizabeth Reed, that's where that whole thing came from, was Liz Reed's grave. And then for them to kind of come full circle and now they're part of the cemetery is kind of a wild turn of events.
Yeah, I mean, I just like when I'm driving past that cemetery, following the directions, I'm like, I thought of Elizabeth Reed, and I'm like, Martha and all these things in there. I'm like, that could be it. That could be it. It's just, if you don't understand it, and some people they don't get like the excitement over it. Then you haven't enjoyed their music. I will tell you straight up, without question, I want to smack anybody that yells out Mountain Jam during one of their concerts. That's 45 minutes of fun, folks, and I don't have time for that. You know what I'm saying? So, but they have provided so much happiness to me and making my life better. but also to the world that you just can't thank those brothers enough, all of them. And I think over time they were brothers. So when you're playing there, do you feel I'm gonna go a little paranormal on you, Boone?
Hey, go
Do you
for it.
feel the presence of any of the Allmans there and other members at the big house
Oh
or
yeah,
in that area?
there's a really strong presence there, and we're fortunate enough that a lot of times that we'll go to the big house either before they open or after they've closed, and they'll let us kind of hang around for a while. And in Dwayne's bedroom specifically, there's a lot of power in that room, and I've been fortunate enough to play his gold top that he used on the Derek
Wow.
the Domino's Layla record there, and just to hold that guitar and be in his room and just feel the energy of that place is it's a kind of an indescribable experience.
So have you written anything from your experiences with that interaction? Has some stuff come to you from it or no?
Not specifically, but there's influences in my playing and in the songwriting from there, and for sure. And it's anybody that sees us in other places, they know that they're going to get a different show if they come see us in Macon, just because we're moved in a different way from just being there. And of course the crowd, there's so many people that come out and see us that were either involved with the Allman Brothers or saw the original lineup of the band. Greg Allman's widow Shannon was there the last time we played the big house, which was pretty cool to for her to see the show. And then we got to hang out a bit and talk a bit afterwards. Was cool.
Okay. And, that is actually awesome, but I got to add the taboo to it. Does anybody play there and play Allman Brothers songs?
Yeah, the first couple of times we're like, man, this kind of too heavy. We just want to kind of play our own stuff and and just kind of pay tribute to them in a different way. But over time, it's kind of like, hey, you guys need to play some Allman Brothers stuff. So we usually do. We'll do Trouble No More, and we'll do Dreams for sure.
Yeah, because I hear a little Southbound in my head right now, thinking of you guys playing there. That's a good one. Whatever, like old school or whatever. But that's just what it is. I mean, if it's all right with you, I have your YouTube up, and I want to see if we could play a little bit of the shorts to make give people a little taste.
Yeah,
that's fine. I'm going to share my screen, and let's see if this works. Because it's computer magic, folks. Computer magic. So we're going to the shorts for them. And is there anything specific or no?
I'll let you pick, man.
Okay. So this way we won't get in trouble. This was pretty, one of the jamming ones. Let's see if it comes up. See, we gotta get this to stop. It doesn't want to stop, Boone. Only joke. It's fine. There's other ones. If we could throw it in there. I'm not monetized at this point, so F it.
There you go.
It's really weird. So I don't know who owns the copyright. I'm assuming you guys do.
Yeah.
And on the music, but I will get a copyright strike even though you're here and I'm like, can I play some music? And we're playing some from your YouTube page. This is how YouTube works. It is absolutely insane.
It's a strange.
I got
world.
a little vibe on that. ZZ Top and the Reverend himself, who I know what the F stands for. I don't want to curse on here, but it's Billy Gibbons. And rumor has it, you guys have a connection. Am I correct to that?
Yeah, you're correct, man. When our debut album came out, through the Kentucky Headhunters, you know, Billy was able to get a copy, and Greg was like, man, you might use this as a drink coaster, you know, throw it in the trash, do what you want to do with it, but I think you'll dig it. So he calls Greg back the next day, and he's like, man, this band's really, really special. You know, I really dig this album. And he even had his studio engineer call and ask how we got some of the tones on the record and stuff, which was a really, really big honor. And Billy starts mentioning us in all these podcast interviews and radio interviews, and it really brought a lot of people, new people into the band, and it really helped us get started after releasing that first album.
One of my favorite guitarists out there, Dave. You just saw Billy Gibbons, didn't you? Reverend?
I did twice.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And
3 times.
I just 3 times, 4 times. I've seen ZZ Top, but I haven't seen Billy on his own and whatever. But I do remember hearing a story from I think it was Sammy Hagar interviewing Billy Gibbons. They were in his show, whatever it was, on Access TV. And I just laughed my ass off. Apparently, this is what was said. And he said, Billy Gibbons said, he goes, when we first started out, we were doing it with Jimi Hendrix. And Jimi Hendrix literally loved the way I played. Jimi Hendrix was asked, who's your favorite guitarist? And he said, Billy Gibbons. So when they were so new, Boone, that when he started playing, he played two. It was ZZ Top, whatever they were called, and then it was Jimi Hendrix, and he played All Along the Watchtower and something else from them. Hendrix like went to the edge of the stage and kind of gave him a smile, like only a crazy fucking guy would do that. And so, but it's
cool.
I love the fact that you got the Kentucky Headhunters gets to Billy. Billy hears it and is like, "Holy crap!"
It's a family thing, you know. And you know, Billy starts burning copies of it for people out on the road. So I've got pictures of Buddy Guy holding the copy, Jeff Beck, and several other folks. But you know, like if Billy Gibbons burns you a CD and hands it to you, you're going to listen to it, you know. So
yeah, you're definitely going to listen to it. Hello, Judy from Tucson, Arizona.
Hey there.
Love that place out there. You guys ever get like on you do a lot of touring at all, or you?
Oh yeah, man. We've
trying to
been
hit some festivals.
We've been to Europe twice, and of course all over the United States. So just check the schedule. We just added some new stuff up there today. So let's go into the I don't know. Let's go into the genre here versus Europe. Oh man, for us, it's night and day. The caliber of shows we get to play over there is mind blowing. You know, we're doing 100 seaters over there, and then over here, and then we go over there and we're playing castles, and we're playing festivals with Foreigner, and Cheap Trick, and UFO, and all these folks, and just the respect they have for the music we make is amazing. They always get them like 2 or 3 beers before the show starts, so they don't lose their place in the audience. And it's right. when you're playing a solo, you could hear a pin drop over there versus you play a solo over here, and half the crowd's checking the sports on their phone or whatever. Right. they're just so there's not as much to compete with over there as there is over here. But obviously we love our home audience, but it's just a different experience playing there. It's the best way to kind of describe it is like, as much as we all love the Beatles, I don't have the musical DNA to play like the Beatles. And it's kind of the
Right.
same thing with Southern rock for them. Like they have just, you know, a huge respect for it, but they don't quite understand where it comes from. So it's kind of like an exotic thing for them.
Yeah, no, that is actually a great explanation of the different genres. We had John Iden on, American born, but he plays more over. And of course, we got the Unabomber on the left, lower left right now. But hold on, I'll put you back on. He's doing a tasty treat. Cigar
Yeah,
now.
I'm going out for a smoky treat now. See?
Yeah. So, but what I love the fact is, someone I know played both. They played. Somehow they were big in Japan. I forgot the name of their group at this point. Like, yeah, we're really big in Japan. You know, it's kind of like having a girlfriend in Canada. You know, and he was explaining. He goes, the Japanese are very polite and they really are into it, but they're polite and there's a lot of bowing involved. But Europe is almost like, on certain things, an educated consumer versus the Americans, which are not around, or they're just, like you said, like, hey, let me update my status, and they're putting the phone there.
I mean, the kind of music we play is just so accessible in America. Like you can still, on any given weekend, you can still go see Marshall Tucker. You can still go see the current Skinner. I mean, the music's still very tangible here, as to where over there, those bands might come over for 2 weeks out of the year and that's it.
Right. And you can't even see the legit Marshall Tucker now. No offense to the guys, but a lot of them aren't around. Sure. I was up at school, I remember at UMass, and I was getting ready I went back to school, and I was getting ready to go out and see Toy Caldwell play locally. And I was like, I'm getting ready. They're playing, you know how they, like, when they have a concert, they have the music going and you're like getting, psyched. Cause I've seen Marshall Tucker several times and with Toy, and he's great.
Wow.
And then the announcer comes on and goes, if you're going out to see Toy Caldwell, unfortunately the show has been canceled. Toy passed away earlier today. I'm like,
oh man.
Yeah, that is just like a piece of your heart going, wink.
Wow.
There it goes.
He was the nicest guy.
Wow.
Would just talk to anybody.
Yeah.
Because we did some shows with him, and he was just like, he'd sit there and talk to you, and just like a normal guy.
That's so cool.
He learned, can't you see, from Toy Caldwell?
Yeah, on the back of a Ryder truck.
you know how to play it right.
I was young then, but no, it was well. He taught me the finger picking part. I was like, that's cool.
Yeah,
so.
Man, he was so unique of the way he would play a note behind the chord, and that's the whole thing to that, to playing Can't You See Right?
Mm-hmm.
Phrasing, right? It's the phrasing.
There you go.
And he doesn't use a pick; he uses these.
Yep.
It was, if you ever watch, go look up some Marshall Tucker, early Marshall Tucker, and you'll see him playing. And one of the greatest songs, the live Where We All Belong, is just out of this world, an album. But one of the greatest is 24 Hours of Time is a great song, but Every Day I Have the Blues. Oh Lord, it's such a great song. And because it goes, the tempos change on it a lot. In regards to Otis, when I've looked at your YouTube channel and listening to music, I know there was a lot of this Southern rock and all that stuff, but I don't want to offend you if I say this, so please forgive me. But
go ahead.
You've got a jam band vibe to you.
Yeah, for sure.
And some people get offended by certain. I'm not trying to put a tag on you guys, but I feel a jam band vibe to you. Is that basically what you guys like to do?
Yeah, we always that's something we do for ourselves. Just we leave a couple of spots every night that are just improvisational spots, and that's just to keep things fresh for us each night and give the audience a different experience. And the bands we love, whether it be Traffic, Marshall Tucker, Allman Brothers, all these guys did that. So it's kind of a strange thing, the jam band terminology now, because there was a time kind of where all rock bands jammed.
Yeah.
And then, kind of modern times, it's kind of like if you jam, you're a jam band. But whatever, as long as if you come see us and it moves you, we don't care what you call it. But the jamming thing is really a special thing for us, and that's kind of where the the spiritual side takes over, because you never really know what's going to happen, and even after it happens, you can't even really recall it. It's just like it's something that happened, and I play things that I don't play in any other time, but at the same time, once your kind of spiritual side takes over, you kind of lose your recall, and you can't bring up things that you normally, chords and shapes and things that you would normally play here sitting on the couch. It's right. Like something else takes over. It's kind of an interesting thing.
Because the Almonds were a jam band. What was it? I forgot what the band was. Molly Hatchet. How many lead guitarists did they have at one time? It's just like they had all these guys, and they all seem to be jamming. And then you get the Grateful Dead, and I think a lot of that influence, even though the Almonds were around similar times to a certain degree, but if you get there's a band Mo. Actually, one of my fraternal brothers, his son is the manager of Mo, and then you have Dave Matthews, and some of the other stuff. So it's not a bad category to be in at all. It's just sometimes people don't like categories, and that's why I didn't want to offend you by the category. Some people know. Like I said, man, we don't really care what people call us, as long as you keep coming out to see us. And don't call me late for dinner. Yeah,
hey, that's right. That's right.
That's it. Mark's got questions.
Yeah, and I have a question from top fan Brenda. You recently released "I'm Wicked." Is that going to be part of a CD? The cartoons that accompany the music are very well done. So, what do you have? What was the idea behind the song "Wicked," and how are you trying to work it into your next project?
Well, we're definitely working toward releasing another full-length album, and we've released 3 singles so far, kind of leading up to it. But we're still trying to work the deal out to get the full-length out there. But as far as "I'm Wicked" goes, lyrically, it kind of spawned from a story our guitar player Alex was telling. Anytime we rehearse, we always just kind of get together outside beforehand and just start hanging out. And he starts telling us a story about, he had went to a cousin's funeral, and the family was going through the line, shaking everybody's hand, and they got to Alex, and the preacher said, "I can't shake your hand, son. You got that evil in you." And of course, we're just dying laughing at this point, because Alex is the nicest guy. He's not somebody you would think that would happen to. So he's telling us this story, and I was just immediately inspired by it. And anytime that somebody singles you out and is like, "Hey, you're this or you're that," you're thinking, what did I do to make this person react to me like that? So that's kind of what the whole song is about, is kind of going through the reasons, other than yourself. You're looking at spiritual things and family, and it was a great way to tie in some blues, folklore, and culture into what we were doing. So that song has done really well for us and seems to resonate with a lot of people.
Well, and we have a short of it if you'd like to hear a little bit of it, Mark, and everybody.
Yeah.
Wait, are you going to get sued?
he's
No.
right here. I mean,
I'm just making sure you brought it up.
if they take me out, they take me out. I am not I'm not what do you call it? Worried about it at this point. Let me see what I watched already, because I know Wicked was in it. There, this is it. We'll just do the official, some of the official video for the folks out there. So let's see.
Cool.
I got a scar on my neck, an old black boy. My mother said I was born in the dark. I raised so good, but I turned out bad. Oh, I'm wicked. I'm wicked. If you see me coming, let me pass on by. Most folks wanna live, but I was born to die. It must be, I'm not gonna be bad luck, trouble won't let me be, yeah. Long and down is a road ahead. Oh, I'm wicked. I'm wicked. I will.
That
I
is
like that.
a bit of a
Thank you.
taste right there before I get, I don't know what they do to me here on this lovely YouTube crap. I'd like to add more to it, but that's an out of this world feeling, and everything in that is just great. Vocals, the guitar.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
And top fan Brenda wants to know about who did the cartoons.
Our friend from he has a company called Very Metal Artwork. His name's Andy Plinkington. He's from the UK, and he's done animated videos for Judas Priest and Motorhead and all kinds of folks. So
Some of my favorite bands. But
he did a great job on that, and hit right what we were going for. He nailed it. He did a great job.
That's a great tune.
Thank you.
That is a really great tune.
Yeah, I'm thinking about it. It's almost primal. It's cool. It's
Thank you.
And I mean that in a good way. It's
He's gonna go upstairs, Boone, right now. At
oh, I already stole it.
Yeah,
Just
and
kidding.
he's gonna plug into the Marshall,
Do it.
and we're gonna get boom, 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 banging down. So, but yeah.
You know what? My neighbors don't complain. I'm very lucky.
Yeah. So
Fair.
that's because he knows how to play. It's those people that are trying to play that are like, "Could you take lessons?" And they're yelling at you. But that is one of the things I love. And I mean,
Brian, it's because I'm the only person on the floor without a walker. Okay, that's why they're nice to me.
but you know what? You bring out the primal in them. But it's one of those things where, he gives me so much crap for it, Dave. But I have these ideas for songs, and I have ideas for leads. I can't play lead. I don't have it, and I go like, I'll do do whatever I'm doing, and he looks at me and goes, "Really?" And I'm like, "Fuck you, boy." I hate it. You guys could pick up a guitar and throw in a lead at will, and I can hear it in my head, and I can't translate it, and then I get nervous. That's one of my things. I overthink it, and it's not fluid. But when it comes to stuff like not just leads, but with slide guitar, who taught you that? I mean, I know it's a lot of practice, but who was the initial influence on you playing slide? Because that is a difficult skill to master, in my opinion.
Of course, Greg Martin from the Headhunters was a huge influence on my slide playing. As of course, all the usual suspects. Elmore James, Hound Dog Taylor, of course, Dwayne Allman, all that stuff. And then, you know, I got really inspired by what they call sacred steel, which is, you know, the slide that was played in church music, which was like the Campbell brothers and Robert Randolph and that sort of thing. And I hear a lot of that in Derek Trucks' playing as well. It's real spiritual one string kind of thing, which is cool. But
Yeah.
You know, to play slide, you really got to find your own voice, because it's just like singing. It's really just a different voice. You're emulating the human voice, and you just got to find your own way to do that.
And it, you know, all you guys that play slide make it look so easy. It's so relaxed. It's like nothing, whatever. And someone actually brought her up, but one of the greatest slide players the world has ever seen, no one even realizes it, is this woman, Bonnie Raitt.
Oh, absolutely.
People realize it.
No, a lot of people don't realize. They don't even know her name, that she's not even listed. And, you know, if you ask people about music that think they know music and they're like, Bonnie who? And I'm like, okay,
And
walk
they don't
away
know
from
music.
Get hit.
Her vibrato is so distinct. I could pick her out of a 100 people playing at once.
Right. Now we're getting back to the phrasing part, like BB King's, you know, like that.
Yep.
Constant bending of the note. And
how did it go?
Don't start with me, buddy. I'm going to be back up in New York soon. I know where you live. I'll just send my daughter your way.
Oh, for shit's sake, not that toxic little petri dish.
My youngest loves him because she went up to use the bathroom in his apartment. And he has a glitter like finger,
a Rolling Stone covered middle finger.
Yeah. And she's like, he has a rhinestone middle finger. I'm like, yeah, maybe he'll will it to you, you know. So, but he's great with my kids either way. But yeah, I don't see, this is what I get. This is what I have to endure, you know. So when you're writing music, someone actually asked a question in here, which I was going to get to. Jaquetta wrote, maybe you already answered this, Boone, but what's your main inspiration in songs?
Man, I'm big on observing other people, listening to stories, or whether it be cultural stories or something that you hear, you know, at the end of the night in the bar. You know, there's always something there to inspire you. So ultimately, just real life is what we're all motivated by, and
right.
Want to reach, you know, common people.
And like, you know, the girl that broke your heart, or
there you go.
You know, your buddies going to the bar and you're like, don't get yourself in trouble. And like the next day you're writing song Locked Up in Piedmont, you know.
There you go. Real life stuff there.
Yeah.
Boone, do you prefer to use you know, glass or brass
or
when
steel.
you do your slide playing?
I have I switched to a brass slide live because I kept breaking the glass once. I endorsed by a great company called Rocky Mountain Slides. It's a great dude out of Colorado, and he makes slides out of flint glass. He makes them out of stone, copper, brass, and he's just really great at what he does. So I've been playing his slides for probably 10 years now.
What is the secret to playing slide?
Just
to give you a heads up, like not that you're going to be a Dwayne Allman or whatever, but what is the key in the handwork? Like if your slide's on the pinky or where should it be? Like, is there a muting or is it a palm thing? Because you hear 10 different things.
You know, it just depends on what kind of player you are. There's different players that use all those techniques that you're talking about in different ways. For me, it's making sure the vibrato is right so the note sings. But a lot of people kind of overdo it on the vibrato to the point where it don't sound natural, and that's something that I try to stay away from. I try to really emulate the human voice with the slide. And but there's so many great players out there. I mean, there's guys that play with their pinky and do all kinds of crazy stuff. You know, make these chords and, you know, slide behind the neck and all this stuff. But but yeah, just try to make it sing and serve the song, and you got to play what you want to hear. I think that's the goal.
Yeah, but my problem again is I hear things in my head and he makes fun of it, so it's just what it is. But at least they write whole songs. Yes, it's along with the voices, Dave. But actually, I got introduced to I was one of the guys. I don't watch many different things on YouTube, but I do hit up Rick Beato.
Oh
He's
yeah,
out of Atlanta, and love to see you on that show talking to him about stuff because you're damn good, you guys. But there's another person in that Rick Beato circle, and I forgot his name, but he was talking about a band out of Canada called the Brother Landreth, and one of the brothers. I mean, he is just off the chart, really, really good. And I was just totally like, these guys are good. I'm one of those people that, like, I would hear one song, and I buy the whole album, and then I just listen to it. You miss those days of getting albums and seeing the covers and opening the insides up with your stuff.
Man. We get really frustrated having to be an album band in a singles market, because that's what it's all about right now. Is everybody's trying to appease these Spotify algorithms and release something every so often. But we really like listening to music in album form. That's where all the great music that we love come from. And like you said, reading the liner notes, and it's just like any of those classic bands, you listen to the album, you get a little something different out of it each time, because you're listening for different things, and it's just total different experience than what we're doing now, listening to it on Spotify, because the quality is so degraded from what it should be. And it's but if that's what everybody's doing, you kind of got to keep up with it to some extent.
Yeah, you do. Like, go ahead, Mark.
Oh, okay. So since we're kind of touched on, listening to, growing up listening to albums, and now, it's like download a song. Okay. Just as being music connoisseurs has evolved over time. We basically do not have the original blues guys. Maybe the inheritors of Muddy Waters music have passed. Now we're down to the third or fourth generation. So Boone with OTIS, or the upcoming younger generation, Sean Chambers, you've spoken with him as well. How is OTIS or Sean to carry on the blues traditions?
Well, as I said before, you just got to take your love for the blues music and use it as a vehicle to create something new. I mean, we all know that we're not, Howlin' Wolf or Muddy Waters or Ewart Sumlin or any of those greats, and we're never going to be that, because it's a different time. But you take that music and you use the influence to kind of create something new, and just keep people interested in that type of music, because it's been so moving to me. And most folks my age, in my experience, I listened to the blues backwards. I heard Stevie Ray and the Fabulous Thunderbirds and things like that first, and then I figured out where that came from and listened to that, and figured out where that came from, until you ultimately end up at Charlie Patton and Robert Johnson and that type of music. So it's an interesting journey to listen to it from modern times to where it really originated from.
That's yeah, I know the backwards pattern. I kind of went a little bit on the other end of it, but not all the way back, because I have an older brother, 5 years older, and we would listen to stuff. I was very into music well earlier than most people were. And a matter of fact, I just heard Chicago Transit Authority, and you'll understand. And my buddy Adam Feuerstein, which you may know, Dave, too. We just go over to the house, and we would just listen to albums. We would listen to that. We listen to Elton John, the whole album. Kids don't do it today. They listen to some. I don't want to be my parents like it's junk, but it really isn't. There is some creativity on liberating stuff from other people or outright stealing it, but I don't think there's heart and soul in it, which was in the blues to begin with, and then in rock and roll. Like you said, Little Richard is the godfather of it, 100%.
Yeah, to me is, I mean, everybody wants to talk about Elvis, and Elvis is great. I mean, huge Scotty Moore fan, but really all Elvis did was make that music acceptable to a different class of people. He didn't create it, but I'm just more into, the Little Richard and Fats Domino, that side of it. That's more steeped in the culture, and it's where they came from.
It's just, I mean, it must be like when you guys get together. Do you guys get together with all the guys from the Kentucky Headhunters, hang out, just?
Oh yeah, of course I do.
Barbecue and just like do your thing.
I do
get into a jam session.
I do social media for the Kentucky Headhunters, so I'm around those guys all the time. And but we've got several shows opening up for the Headhunters, and we always get up with them at the end of the night and do Hey Jude, which is a lot of fun.
That's actually great. Yeah, that's cool. Right there.
Yeah. So it's a real blessing to be around those guys. A lot of people don't know this, is they did 2 albums with a piano player named Johnny Johnson. And Johnny Johnson was famous for playing with Chuck Berry, and he actually wrote a lot of those arrangements to, like, Johnny Be Good and Oh Carol, and all that classic Chuck Berry sound. Johnny was really responsible for that.
Go ahead, Mark.
Okay. Since you just mentioned, working with Greg, might as well plug the hoedown too.
Yeah.
Don't make me strip.
Yep, just do it. Do it.
Say there, I am wearing an autographed shirt though, and I don't have to do the whole strip tease, for.
There are some in our chat that definitely would love to see it. I'm just going to throw it at you.
But I'm not being wicked. Okay. Boone, go ahead.
Now, Greg from the Kentucky Headhunters does a great radio show on Monday nights called The Lowdown Hoedown, and that's how I got introduced to a lot of this music to begin with. I was, maybe 12, 13 years old. I would drive my dad's work truck up to the end of the driveway because that's the only place we could pick up the radio. And I'd listen to Greg's show every Monday night, and he was interviewing folks like Pine Top Perkins and Warren Haynes and Johnny Winter. Just it was really something good for me to be listening to at that age, and brought me into the blues and soul thing through hearing it on the radio, which was really cool.
It's interesting. My brother lives up in Upper Westchester. And I forgot the exact town, but Warren Haynes lives around there. And and I was just remembered when we used to go to the Allman Brothers when they used to do the Beacon Run.
Oh wow!
City. Yeah, and I remember seeing Warren up there for the first time. Like who's this guy? And everybody was just like, because it's tough to fill shoes for people that aren't there anymore for whatever reason. And he just went right in, and everything was great. And then I remember they came out with, I forgot the album that they came out with, but I think it was called Sailing or something like that. And we were hearing that new stuff for the first time. And I'm down there at the pit, and I'm hanging out. It's great seats in these places. We went out with a couple of friends after. I go, that song is one of the best. That is an Allman Brothers song, and he wrote it. and it's very Allman-esque, so it's kind of hard to fill those gaps in there. Is there anybody you would like to work with in the future on future albums or compilations or even songwriting?
Oh man, there's so many people. We would love to do something with Bobby Rush at some point, because he's one of the last remaining, great blues guys, and he's still, even at his age, man, he's sharp as a tack and has so much energy. And I think folks should take advantage of him while he's still here with us making music, and he should be involved in a lot more stuff than he's involved with. But he's an amazing driving force. And of course Warren Haynes and Government Mule's always been really influential to us. I've got to meet Warren several times, and once I went to see him kind of when the band was having a hiatus. We'd had to kind of a lineup change, and I'd been dealing with some thyroid cancer, and he was just kind of like, man, he's like, you got to get Otis back out on the road. You got to figure it out, basically. And that was really inspirational for me at the time for Warren to say that. So really cool.
That's amazing. But it's so right that when you get on the road, and it can be stressful. And I've heard horror stories from people that have done it. It's like, especially when you're dealing with what you're dealing with, but it takes you away from that problem for a little bit. It's like a little mini vacation from your crap, and gets you back into the swing of things. So thankfully, everything's going good, and we don't have to,
Oh yeah,
it's tough. One of my favorite guys out there was, and still is, Peter Frampton. Sorry, I'm going to throw his name out there.
Oh yeah.
And as you learn more and more about someone, he had a bad accident, and he was basically done, thinking about getting rid of himself or whatever. And what saved his life is David Bowie, who they were all Peter Frampton's dad was an art teacher. David Bowie's in the class. They were friends. He used to come over all the time. And David Bowie called him up and goes, "Go get your shit. Let's go." And he's like, no, I'm not. He goes, "I'm not asking you. I'm telling you." And he got out on the road and turned it around for him. So I love these
cool stories.
The sage advice from these guys that go out there. So
yeah. Hey, let me grab a charger. This computer's trying to die on me here.
Sure, not a problem. We have that problem here. Well, BJ, I know that he was a driving force for a lot of you ladies out there, but I just thought he was a pretty awesome guitar player. I don't like when they did Sgt. Pepper. That movie sucked with all those guys in there, but we all make mistakes.
Yeah, Boone might want to grab a guitar too while.
Yeah, well, I don't know if he can hear you there, but want to give him a call on the cell phone. I'm only joking, Mark.
Yeah, well,
Hi, Dave. Oh, Dave. I unmuted you, sir.
Yes, I know. My phone's going to die in about 2 seconds, so
It's okay. Everybody's phone's dying. We can end it early. What can I tell you? But Mark, in square above you for the block, asked, "Go ahead, say it. Let's see if he can do something." I mean, he's getting a charger, but
if you're grabbing a charger, do you have a guitar you can grab as well and serenade the audience for the evening?
Sure, I can do that. I could do that. This is my
real guitarists have good. Dave has one right next to him.
He didn't have to go too far away.
I'm going to throw it in the spotlight for this.
This is my grandfather's old Gibson here. It's my great grandfather bought it used in a pawn shop in the 1950s. So this is a late 30s LGO here. Cool old
That is
guitar.
awesome.
That
There you
was
go.
cool.
That's cool, and it's there's a lot of playing in that guitar. So
Oh yeah, my dad busted it when he was a kid. He was trying to mimic like a upright bass player that was, he's dancing around the the guitar. He's a toddler at that point, but he busted the back out of it, and it's been fixed since. But a great old guitar. It's got a lot of history.
I love the fact that you guys like Boone and Dave, like I fixed it.
There you go.
It's great. Mark, let's go hit Boone with more questions. Come on. You
Okay,
always have questions. Can't just sit there and look pretty.
Okay. Last summer, saw you guys, got all your autographs. You were on a double bill with your buddies, Hippies and Cowboys. It was a terrific evening in Columbus, Ohio. Are you doing anything with them over the summer? Are you going to be touring? You're frequently in Indiana, Missouri. What do you have planned over the summer?
We got a lot of stuff coming up, and kind of playing some new areas this year. We're going out to the west a little more. We're getting ready to do a tail pincher festival out in Stroud, Oklahoma. We're going to Oklahoma quite a bit. I think we'll probably play with Hippies and Cowboys probably before the year is over. We got some stuff coming up with the Headhunters, which will be a lot of fun, and still adding dates for the year. It's with everything going on, it's been everybody's tour schedule's a little lighter this year, so we're all still just kind of figuring it out.
Okay,
that gas bill is going to be pretty high if they don't do something about it.
Yeah, man. Especially the guys out in the buses, because
my God, yeah. I was
takes so much money.
I was going out. I went to a couple of conferences a couple weeks ago, about 2 weeks ago, and I started off in Missouri, southeastern Missouri, and visited a friend, and went out to dinner. Then we came back because the storm was coming and tornadoes, and it's nothing like it being in where you're going. You're in that tornado alley, and you got to write a tornado song. But when you hear that siren going off, it's crazy. And like I told everybody that was the day one, and then the next day we're supposed to go out, do a drive around, and it was another storm coming, and said, ready for round two. And I'm like, yeah, whatever. But when I went upstairs, the humor of Mother Nature and God to go sit down in my hotel room to eat something. And I really wish I brought a guitar on this trip, which I did not. The Wizard of Oz comes on. So, I mean, like, you can't make this shit up. So, but that would be pretty cool. That would be a really, really cool bluesy tornado or something like that. But I don't know. Dave, are you still with us?
Yeah. Hey, Boone, can you play what you were just playing a little while ago? What Brian was talking about, his tornado. I was listening to Boone. What you played the first time.
I can. What was I playing?
I don't know. You were picking something, and then there was a slide right behind it. It was cool.
Dang. Well, I wish I could have remembered it.
It's one of those. No, it was like dee-dee-dee-dee-dee-dee-dee. It was.
Oh, I can't make fun of you for saying that. Diddly-diddly-doo.
Man, you know how it is. You play something, then you can't.
I know exactly what you're experiencing.
He's famous for it, Boone. He's famous. I tell him all the time.
People
Put your phone up. Record
like,
yourself.
You have to watch the archive tomorrow.
There you go.
I'm already there, and I'm like, I got to listen to the tornado again, which I've already heard. So forgive me.
Oh, I got 2 words for you. They're not happy birthday. Another song title right there. Uh, but I'm looking for the, you guys coming on tour. I wish you were coming to Florida, someplace somehow.
Coming up to New York.
We need to, man. If we last time we got to do the Iridium, which was really, really fun.
I love that joint. It's a great venue.
Such a great place. We got to play there with. We opened up for Wayne Baker Brooks, and man, we had the best time.
And the band's URLs and all links are in the description. So I want you guys to go check it out. If you get a history. Is this how many versions of Otis have been around?
really just 2. The 2 guys we started with left during the pandemic. One guy went to play bass for a band called Blackstone Cherry, and then the other guy just wanted to stay at home. And then we brought Alex and Dale in 2023 and started back touring once I got clear of the cancer thing. So man, we've been rolling like this ever since. So really proud of what we've been able to do. So anytime you add new members to a already existing band like this, it's kind of scary, because you're like, how's this going to go over? Are we going to be able to do do what we need to do songwriting wise and performance wise? And then this lineup of the band is so much stronger than anything we've done. So I'm really proud.
Yeah, I guess if you guys are tight, you can talk things out.
Oh yeah.
And there's always going to be someone who's a little bit, but so and so, but the bottom line is if you can play music together and you can hang out together and there's no whatever is better off for everybody in the band. So
that's it, man. That's when we don't get to play is when it's difficult, man. Long as we're on the road and we've got things going on, there's plenty of time to talk it out.
Yeah, it's you want to be on the road, you want to play more music, you want to get bigger audiences. And where do you doing social media for Kentucky Headhunters? Where do you see that new audience coming from? Where are your audiences coming from? Do you think there's a trick to it, or not a trick, but a recipe to kind of bring people in that haven't heard it?
Yeah, I think just being coming down to earth and being relatable, because with social media, a lot of people just want to go the ego route, and they want to post the best case scenario of everything, and they don't really take the time to connect with the audience they're talking to. But if you take the time and kind of make them feel like they're part of what's going on, it always pays back, because at the end of the day, that's what it's all about, is connection. We're all just trying to connect to one another, and if people don't come out and see live music, then there's no need for any band to be out on the road, because you're just the money's not there in recorded music. It's really all about touring at this point.
Yeah, I mean, the music business is tough. Go ahead,
Sure.
Mark.
Audiences won't be disappointed seeing Otis.
We're good, man. We hope not, man. We put a lot into being on stage and trying to give people the best show we can.
Yeah. And okay, what are some of your reflections on the making of Eyes of the Sun?
Man, I've been thinking about that album a lot lately. Cleopatra Records has kind of had some interest in us doing some bonus tracks for that album, and trying to go back through the archives and listen to things that we've done. So we're really proud of that album. We had producer Paul Nelson, who is known for working with Johnny Winter. He was Johnny Winter's manager for a long time, and played guitar on the road with him for many years. Of course, we lost Paul to a heart attack not long ago, but Paul was there and was a producer and driving force in that album, and got to record it on the 2-inch tape, which was a great experience. We had never got to record to tape, and had the opportunity to do that, and was really a lot of fun.
That is a totally different experience than what's going on now in the digital spectrum.
Oh yeah, yeah. You have to work really hard for that take each time, because you can't, going back and editing it and cutting tape and doing all that. It's just easier if you play it right, rather than going back and fixing your mistakes.
Yeah, and then I think of it like the days when they were recording, all the originals way back, Robert Johnson and Howlin' Wolf,
yeah.
and this guy is like literally cutting a piece of metal or wax, and if you mess up, don't mess it up. We got this much space, and if you didn't get it, but that was your life back then. You get, even back then, a one nice hit gets you more gigs and whatever.
Oh,
so
yeah.
maybe you make $25 instead of the $10.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah, it's just not really cool. But what I loved, what you said, is being very open with your audience, being close to your audience, being real.
Yeah.
And that's why, let's go circle back a little bit to the jam band thing. A lot of these guys that went out, like Fish and Mo, and all these guys, they do connect to their bands. Even the Grateful Dead, connects back to the original. Everybody following them around.
Yeah,
Bye, Dave.
Yeah. Good to meet you, man.
Right, Dave.
See you at the Iridium.
Yes. No, he'll be there. Trust me. He goes music all the time.
Cool.
But it's just a great way to do it. So I just appreciate you and what you do and everybody does, and making yourself accessible, because in this world, everybody's like, back up.
Yeah, that's where you make your lasting fans.
Oh,
well, yeah,
absolutely, yeah, yeah.
I'm glad.
Take those, just 30-second, even if there's a long line, and you just have a few seconds to get an autograph and say how much that whoever the band is, what they have meant to you through thick and thin for the last 3 decades, and they say something back to you, how much feedback from the fans keeps them inspired to go on. That's that just short little connection that keeps people coming back.
Yeah, man. It's just even though we've done this for a while, it still amazes us. Like, people spend their hard-earned money, or they pick us over every cool movie they could stay home and watch, just to come be a part of something and hear some music. It's still, it really touches us that people are showing up, and more people are showing up. So it's a great thing, man. It really is.
I was last weekend, or 2 weekends ago, when I went to the Salt Fork Bigfoot conference. I was talking to Tim, the painter, and I got into discussing presenting feedback to people, and he was just really shocked that I said something about what the green moss that you have, kind of like cascading over the porch, and looks like it's kind of oozing across the yard. You're like Bob Ross techniques look so, and you start getting into how the techniques and imagery of this, little haunted house with a ghost up in the window, you know, really pulled me into the painting he did. And he just said, we are just exposed to too much. I hate that. Doesn't suit my standards. Well,
Yeah,
what,
yeah. That's the problem in this world,
yeah, and having a discussion like that about, didn't make that connection until you presented it in this way. It does create a bond between the artist and the fan, and that's really when you start to grow as an artist. Is okay. I appreciate you telling me. The clunker notes are way too frequent. Yeah, okay.
Thanks.
But once you get, your songwriting is, I can identify with that experience too. So and that's where you're learning, you're creating that bond that enriches the fan.
Yeah, and it's cool for us too, because a lot of times people will really go in depth and bring up things that we didn't think about, because part of being an artist and being in a band is you're kind of reckless. You're not totally conscious of everything you're doing. You go out and do it and it's done. But then somebody comes up later and they're like, man, that we really love what you did here, or this lyric here, and then you haven't really put that much thought into it, but then it gets you to thinking about what you've created and how many different ways it could be perceived, and that's really cool.
Yeah, it's a great feeling. And Boone, aren't you thankful that the restraining order for Mark has been lifted? Not only joking. I'm only playing. There we go. Thank you. I'll be here all night. Try the veal. But I don't want to keep you too much later. His name is Otis. This is Boone Froggett and Froggett, and we can't thank you enough. I have something in my mouth that I get dry mouth every once in a blue moon, and but we can't thank you enough for being on the broadcast and coming back. I wish you utmost success, continuing going, and
Thanks,
I definitely want to catch you someplace. And I'm going to be traveling all over. I'm trying to drag Mark out of his neck of the woods in West Virginia. So, if you see a big guy with colorful shirts, that's me. I'll be there. And I'll
y'all come anytime. You're always welcome.
I appreciate that. And
hopefully you'll be doing the Jambodians this Christmas.
Yeah, they skipped a year last year, but maybe they'll bring it back this year. That's always a lot of fun.
And what is Jambodian for those that do not know?
It's a event that goes on between Christmas and New Year's here in Southern Kentucky, and the proceeds go to music to buy band instruments for kids through the CMA Foundation. And that's great. So it's a great thing, and there's been so many cool artists there over the years. Got to play with Black Oak, Arkansas there, and John Cowan, Jimmy Hall, so many great people.
That is great. On my way to Townsend, Tennessee, to a Bigfoot festival, I passed by the Grand Ole Opry, which is this huge complex now, and I'm going, yeah, it's not a small place anymore.
That's a big place, man.
Yeah, that's a huge place, but I can't thank you enough. You have keys. If you want to come back and promote anything, please do not hesitate. I appreciate, this is what we do. It's all about the love and promoting, and anything you want to promote, just let us know. We'll promote it. We'll put it out there. I know Mark Eddy Productions does a lot of great promotion, and he's a great guy. So, and he got you here as well. So thank you very much.
I'll definitely come back. Thanks, y'all.
Oh, definitely. I mean,
right. Yeah.
I'm trying to get one of our friends Blondes and Booze, which is they usually broadcast Thursday, but one of the blondes does her paranormal show and tell. Great show, by the way, folks. At the same time as this, and but they have a friend he is the great something like that grandson of Robert Johnson.
Wow.
And he's one of the nicest guys. He's a musician as well. And what I love to do is get him on the broadcast and, talk to him about, like, kind of propose that same question, because I don't think Robert Johnson actually sold his soul, or, he may have gone to the crossroads, but that was to catch something to get him to a place where he can start learning better. And the mystique around it builds it up. But I love having these shows because I have a lot of friends that have friends that are musicians and whatever, and I love to just talk the mystical powers of music.
And there's nothing like it, man. There really isn't. It's the most powerful thing I've ever experienced.
And there are times when it gives you goose pimples. There's times when you have to close your eyes, and it is, for lack of a better word, a religious experience. And when it's good,
Yeah.
when you're at your kids and they're playing hot cross buns again, on their whatever recorder, you may want to take that recorder and start stabbing people with it to make them stop.
That's a different experience.
That is cool. I thank you very much, Boone. We're going to end the stream. Is that all right with you, Mark? Do you have any more questions for Boone?
No, I think this was a terrific show. I appreciate working with Boone again, and would you save the questions for the next time? I'd just like to leave it the way it is. It just
I know there's going to be there are questions. Some people have, it's life has changed dramatically with different things going in and out. So sometimes people are able to, but I notice as we get closer to the summer, more and more people, thankfully, aren't staying indoors watching. They're going out and experiencing life if they can. And anyway, just walk around. I mean, I live in Florida. You can walk around. I mean, Florida is its own entertainment. They don't just call it Florida man; they call it Florida woman. I mean, I met the guy that put the alligator through the drive-through window, and I'm like, I asked why, and he's like, well, I may have been drinking a little bit that day, and I'm like, you think, but it's people out there, and some of them just become dear friends. But thank you very much, Boone. Bless you and the family and everybody else. I thank you very much for being on Third Eye Live.
Thanks for having me, man.
Yeah. And if anybody wants to get in contact with you, I guess they can go to your website, correct? Or do you have an email address? Or
Yeah. Go to the website. There's a contact form there, and you can tell us whatever you want to.
Yep. Give them your mother's maiden name, social security card. No, it gets crazy when people how can they contact you, Bryan? Well, you can go contact me on social media. But I like when people say, hey, I saw you on Third Eye Live, or I caught you on this show. So I have a frame of reference, like, are you a stalker, or are you just somebody that wants to ask the question? So, Mark still calls me and he puts on the fake voice. Hi, what are you, I'm like, Mark. But we always leave the same thing. If it wasn't for all of you and you, Boone, and Mark Eddy and myself, this wouldn't be done. It's something I wrote. And I'm afraid I did sing it into my DAW, but when you tweak it with all the DAW and the computers, a little bit better here and there. So, you have to use a little AI crap, which is really bothering me as I don't like it, but it does get things down quickly.
Yep.
So, but thank you. Good night and have a great week.
All right.
Good night.
You, it's It's always been you. God showed me you. I have been searching decades for you. I found you, I lost you. My heart is broken without you. My soul aches for you. I need you, I want you. My days are filled with you. I've seen the future with you. My home is with you. I have felt the future with you. My nights are filled with you. Love is you. True love is you. My happiness is you. Every past life is with you. My dreams are filled with you. Life is meaningless without you. My future is with you. I will fight for you. I will defend you. I will give up my life for you. Whatever it takes for you. Nothing else matters but you. I love you. I love you. I love you. God showed me you. I have been searching decades for you. I found you, I lost you. My heart is broken without you. My soul aches for you. I need you, I want you. My days are filled with you. I have seen the future with you. My home is with you. I have felt the future with you. My nights are filled with you. Love is you, true love is you. Love is you, true love is you. My happiness is you. Every past life is with you. My dreams are filled with you. Life is meaningless without you. My future is with you. I will fight for you. I will defend you. I will give up my life for you. Whatever it takes for you. Nothing else matters but you. I love you. I love you. Life is meaningless without you. My future is with you.